Hi guys, today is Thursday, January 16th, and I'm going to do a video on Lev Parnas and his lawyer, Joseph Bondy. If you're new to the channel, hang around. We do body language, we do physiognomy, palmistry, tarot. We get in your head. So sit back and enjoy. This is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. The interview that Lev Parnas did last night with Rachel Maddow was really, really interesting. Coming in objectively, I felt when he started talking that he felt very safe. He held his hands together in a pacifying way and using his thumbs for directionality, and when he talked about texting, he used his thumbs. So he did feel protected, and he did have a way of pacifying himself. And your hand on the table like this, he's covering his solar plexus. I do feel like he was very honest. I'll just briefly show you my notes from last night. I kind of drew a picture of him up here. There was actually a pink orb, a larger one and a smaller one passing through. He was smiling. He seemed content. So I was kind of like a little blown away. I was expecting to get more sneaky, conniving sort of information from him. I smelled smoke, like the kind of smoke that if you're burning paper. So I feel like there's some things that were clearly left out, but there's probably some things that have also been destroyed. What else did I get on him? Oh, at Poland, I saw the cotter pin about right when the interview started. Behind him, a cotter pin from a grenade. So like the pin was pulled, and he's dropping it. So that was fun. I also I watched the whole video, and then I went back and just froze some slices of him. I had to push away that attorney and just kind of focus on him. And I saw a tear-stained face behind him. So I do believe he has had some kind of crisis in consciousness and was literally bawling his eyes out at some point. His dimple in his chin, if you guys don't know what that is, when the jawbones are being formed, they meet and synthesize in the center. On some people, and this is a hereditary trait, some people that synthesis of the bone is a little wider, and the muscles and everything that connect form a dimple. And these are people that are, I don't want to say aggressive physically, but they have more of a tactile personality. They're more touchy-feely. They like it rough. I don't really know how to say that, but he's got that. Just in case you ever wanted to know what that sort of means in physiognomy or in face reading. That's somebody who's a little more physically aggressive. That's somebody that uses their physicality over thinking straight. So someone who might be a little impetuous. He's got the big laugh lines here. These here that connect straight down almost all the time. Not even when he's laughing. Well, my face is old, so I hope my laugh lines show up all the time, but these laugh lines here. So he is somebody who would be kind of fun to be around. Couple of things that are interesting that I like to document are when he was talking about Barr and Barr, the Attorney General, knowing everything, my lips started to twitch and tingle in the gum when he said that. So I wrote that down. I plugged that in just to let you know if I was feeling something and exactly when that happened. Standing with Maddow. What else? Oh, yeah. This is, I'm glad you stayed tuned while I had that moment. This is where he was lying. This is the part that you can watch again. And I know that you can just get the clip of him talking about his relationship with Robert Hyde. He mentioned that the text that the public got to see, the exchange between Robert Hyde and himself was just drunk texting. This guy's, he said Hyde is kind of squirrely and he just wants to be a part of everything. And I do believe that. But when he started talking about him being constantly under the influence of alcohol, he separated his hands. He was more illustrative that way, and he turned red. You'll see the moment, you'll see the flush from here up when he was talking about Robert Hyde always being drunk at 6 o'clock in the morning. He was always hanging out at the Trump Hotel. Red. Something's behind that. Something is behind him turning beet red. That's telltale sign. Their relationship is more intimate than he's letting on to believe. So he's got some information on this guy. That's important. That's where he was lying. And he was smooth throughout the whole thing, but that's when something flipped. So he squealed. This is exactly what we were waiting for. This is exactly what was going to happen. There's a rat, right? There's a little rat there. So I'm going to do a chakra spread on him. And then we'll go to his lawyer, okay? I'm using the Marchetti deck. Got some betrayal on the bottom. I also, after this morning on Twitter, that's when it was, there was a picture on his attorney's Twitter account of Rachel and the attorney, Lev, and someone else after they had done this interview. And what I see in that picture is he's got a solid plan. He absolutely has a plan. He could be a very, very good liar. He could be. There's a plan right above him in that picture. All right, so let's do Lev Parnas chakra reading. Not really. That's good. Okay, so for the root chakra or survival, we get the Six of Swords. Did I just say that there was a freaking plan? Moving on. So this is habits, the root of the problem, survival, and it's going from a roughy patch to clearer waters, or to smoother water, but there's always some baggage left in there. He is an Aquarius. He's only 48 years old. I thought he was older than that. Okay, so sacral chakra, 3 of Wands. This is moving forward or expanding with another party. Yeah, dude's got a plan. He's got a plan. Solar plexus, I pulled 2 cards. One is will and one is ego. So for the will, we've got 9 of Cups. So willful, we could say he feels free maybe. He's got everything in the bag, everything he needs. He could be having some stomach problems. I did not pick up on that. And for ego, temperance, a balance. He feels relief, I think, that this is out in the public, that this is open. He pulled the pin. Can only reverse sneezes, so she's a little bulldog. Oh, heart. 7 of Wands, so defensive. For the heart chakra, he's in defense mode. I would think so. I would think so, buddy. Throat is also 2 cards, so inner communication and how that is projected. Ooh, 10 of Wands. So he is burdened. His inner communication is burdened. He is probably having trouble. This is how I'm feeling. Expressing everything that he would like to express. And I do hold back on saying things that I don't think are necessary or too technical or too medical. So that is what I'm feeling like, sort of watch what you say, okay, and what comes out in the environment. 4 of Pentacles. So this is still holding on to some concrete words. This is controlled. His throat. Wow. Third eye, I also do 2 cards. I do left brain and right brain. So for right brain, we get Page of Cups. So he is creative. There's ideas, there's emotions on the right side. Okay. Left brain, the Magician. Oh, he's a bit of a trickster. This is exactly what happened in the interview. I'm offering all this yummy information. Here's the Holy Grail. But I'm hiding something. Lev, what is up with that? And 6 of Wands for the crown chakra. That's victory. He is absolutely elated that this information came out. That's what the crown chakra represents, what's happening sort of outside of you. He is very, very happy with the results of this of this interview. So is everybody else. I feel like finally there's some evidence out there to prove what we knew all along, right? All along we knew this guy, or we knew this stuff was happening. Finally it came out. But there's something else. I want to pull just 1 card to see if we're going to hear from him again. Because I think we are. I get the feeling, but just stand outside myself and see if we're going to hear from Lev again in the near future. And one that fell out, that was the 9 of Wands, so self-doubt. Okay, we're going to hear from him again. Queen of Cups. Yeah, I think we're going to hear from him again. I think he's going to be giving some more information. I don't know. I want to say detailed information that he's holding on to knowledge. It's emotional. And in this particular deck, the lid on the Queen of Cups is not covered. It's exposed. So we're going to find out more. I think we're going to see him again in the news. All right, we're going to switch over to Joseph Bondy. Can I tell you this guy? He is Lev's attorney, the featherless bird that was sitting next to him. I had to block the TV. I couldn't focus on Lev until it was over. I had to write stuff down, and I just couldn't look at that guy. He is vacuous, just a vacuous character. I didn't know his name. I don't know anything about him, but I had to take a look-see this morning because, oh my goodness. So his name is Joseph Bondy. He is a criminal defense attorney in New York. He's also a corporate cannabis attorney in Manhattan. So when I saw that, I thought, oh, maybe he's just a big old stoner because his hair was messy. Do you notice, like, if I did this, you'd say, oh no, what happened up there? Fix that, right? He's doing this momentous interview with, this windblown look. And I'm like, he's a little scrappy, right? The tie was a little off to the side, and he too was holding himself in a pacifying kind of way. And he looked like a bird that had that disease where they lose their feathers. Oh my gosh. So I did take a look and see what I got off to the side of him. I didn't spend a whole lot of time, and there aren't a lot of pictures of this dude out there. What I did see was, and I think it might have been the headshot that they use on his internet page, on his web page. He's holding his hands like this, like while like Lev was talking, but it was a different picture, and he's holding it like this, like just shaking his head and pinching that center, the acupressure or acupuncture centers, to sort of reset yourself. Like he constantly needs to be reset, So maybe all the corporate cannabis swag he's been taking home is making him have to pick it back up again all the time. I don't know. Funny little guy. So that's really all I got on him. Like I said, I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on this character who has very vacuous looking eyes there. There's some vacancy behind there, huh? All right, so Joseph Bondy, let's do this chakra spread on him and see what's going on upstairs. I'm using the Golden Tarot for this reading. Joseph Bondy. Always looks surprised. I think his whole method of getting all this to happen, this being a defense attorney, is probably just telling people that if you're honest, it shows, you know. I think that's his thing, is just be honest. And he's gotten Lev to talk, yet he's just so odd. All right, Joseph Bondy. Let's see. So for the root chakra, we get King of Swords. I don't know anything about his date of birth or anything like that, so I don't know if he's an air sign. But he's a lawyer, right? He's an attorney. This is his survival. This is everything that he is an attorney. The sacral, we get the Four of Coins. So he's got to preserve himself or reserve things that he can't do. Apparently he is a big advocate for legalizing cannabis, and I think pulling this for the sacral chakra means he's being blocked or not offered what he wants to do in a creative way. Solar plexus, so will and ego. Will, well, this is the Seven of Cups. This is the smoke screen kind of thing. So his will is kind of blocked. He isn't showing you what's really going on. He's got different personalities down there. Okay, and ego. Yeah. Well, you know, if I turn this into a health spread, which I'm not going to, there's some change or blockage in the intuitive area, the solar plexus there. Hearts. Ooh, heart's healthy. His heart's healthy. I'm gonna say that his partner she's at the center of it. So and my ears ringing. So yeah, his spouse is in his heart all the time. That's kind of nice, huh? Throats or inner communication. We get Knight of Swords for the throat chakra. So his inner communication is cut off. There's something that he's not allowed to do. He can't say what he really needs to say. And how he expresses himself outwardly, we get Page of Swords. So in the, law language, I could say he is able to, so cut off, not able to say what you want to say, and putting on a front and putting it out there in pieces, maybe a little at a time, being more juvenile about it. Left brain, Three of Cups. I say he was very satisfied with this interview. Okay. Right brain, Justice. Oh, he is all up and down the lawyer ladder today. Yeah, he's all about justice. So he's very plugged into his profession, you know? And crown chakra. Oh, now we get the star, but it's upside down. Okay? For the crown chakra. What does that mean? It could mean that there is maybe some loss of hope. It could mean that there's some loss of hope. And that's kind of sad to me. You know, the chakra that's above you, and the hope is, maybe the hope is washing down over him. I don't know, but it's upside down, and I usually don't read them upside down, so when it comes up that way, I'm going to take a look at it in a different perspective. So that's it with Mr. Joe Bondy and Lev. We're going to see Lev again. This guy, there's something interesting about him. I don't really feel like going into the whole deep dive, but he got Lev to talk, so good for him. Giblets and cannoli are sleeping, but I'll grab one. I'll grab giblets because you guys love seeing giblets. Hey, buddy. I'm not even going to pause it. Come on, guy. Come on, big guy. Oh, you're... Oh, see? You got mad at me. He was taking a nap and he growled at me when I woke him up. But you know what happens every time if I don't put you on a video, people complain. Can I have a good boy kiss? Can you kiss me? Begrudgingly, perhaps. Everybody have a great day. There's more news. Everything's happening the way we said it was going to. Blessings. Thank you so very much.